Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the third week of April. So we're going to be talking about April 15th through the 21st. And we have got lots to talk about. Things are really heating up on this planet. So what I want you to know is what I'm doing is I'm looking at where all the planets are moving every day in the heavens. And what I'm focused in on is sidereal Vedic astrology. These are the true placements of where the planets are. Why wouldn't you want to know where they really are astronomically? That's what I'm doing here for you. So looking at this, we're going to cover each day, and I'm always looking at where the moon is. The moon is the planet that moves the fastest. The moon represents the masses. It represents the public, the people. So as it moves, we look at how all the other planets are relative to the moon. And this gives us a sense and feel what's going on in our world. But if you want to know what this means for you personally, you're going to want to look at my galactic planner, because what that does is takes all of this that I'm doing, but it's going to take it and look at it from your chart, not just where the moon is, but where everything is from your personal chart. So you can be guided daily. I've written all of the translations in plain English. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. So that's the Galactic Planner. How can you find it? It is so inexpensive. Go to galacticplanner.com. Check it out. Try it for just a week. And I promise you, it's so worth it. It's going to give you the guidance that you need through the stars. So, and what's even better is it does so by putting it in your calendar on your phone or computer. So every day you got your calendar with you and you can see what's happening for yourself. Now let's get going and start talking about what's going to be happening this third week. So starting with the 15th of April. So looking up here at where the moon is, the moon will have just entered into Scorpio this day. Remember, I'm talking Central Daylight Time. So adjust your adjust your timing to where you are in the world. And I've given a few of those, just, you know what, Google. What's the difference in time from your location from Dallas Central Daylight Time? And you'll know. But I'm looking at right now around 2 p.m. The moon will be in Scorpio. And it is still in the nakshatra Vishaka. But pretty much, yeah, it's going to, by around 5 p.m., this is going to be Central Daylight Time. It will have moved into Anuradha. So most of the day, it's going to be in Vishaka. Now, the moon in Scorpio, let me remind you, is debilitated, which means really people's emotions are on high alert. They are more sensitive, more emotional, more feeling, more passionate. Now, Jupiter goes to the 7th house from the moon today and tomorrow, but that usually is pretty good for relationships. But the moon being in Scorpio, sometimes we overreact. We got to admit, people are overreactive emotionally. So it's just the way it is. But it can open the door to loving relationships. But be careful, because Scorpio deals with jealousy, and that doesn't ever bode well in a relationship. So moving forward, all the planets that have been in Pisces are going to be in the 5th house from the moon today. And the 5th house deals with creativity, deals with opening the mind. So this is actually, even though the moon's debilitated, it's not a bad day to get things done, to open our mind and be more creative. And Mars actually goes to the 9th house. So what I'm looking at on this day is pretty auspicious if you get over the debilitation of the moon, because what we're looking at is a beautiful grand trine with all of the planets. We're looking at Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, Neptune in trinal aspect to the moon, and over where Mars sits in Cancer, it trines the moon. So we've got this beautiful grand trine where a lot can be accomplished and done today. So use this day for your creative ventures and spiritual ventures, and know that you, through your passion and your loyalty, moon being in Scorpio, will be successful. So this is not a bad day. Anuradha is actually a nakshatra of friendship too. So use this day to connect with people. Now I am looking at April 16th. And as I said, well, I'm looking at April, hold on a second. So I've already looked at the 16th. We got to get this moving. There we go. Now I'm looking at April 17th. Good. So April 17th, the moon has moved up into the nakshatra Jyeshta. It's still in Scorpio most all of the day, Central Daylight Time. I'm going to actually take these hours back. Yes. So looking at this, the whole day it's going to be in Jyeshta. Jyeshta is powerful. People with the moon in Jyeshta, my God, they are manifestors. So use this day to manifest. Jupiter's going to be exactly opposed the moon, which is very pleasant. And it's good with relationships. But, and here is a major caution, Jyeshta is the nakshatra of jealousy. So do not promote anything in your one-on-one serious partnership relationships that could cause some jealousy. And who knows, maybe you may be jealous, but this is the cautionary product of the moon being in this nakshatra. But overall, this is still a good day for good relationships because of all these planets pretty much being in Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, the water signs. So this is a day to express your feelings, your emotions, but being very, very cautious of an issue around jealousy. Now I'm looking at April 18th, and this is a Friday, Central Daylight Time. And the moon moves over into Sagittarius. And let me just say, Sagittarius is the sign that deals with getting to the bottom of things, truth, finding truth. Sagittarius loves the truth and spirituality, but the moon is in kind of a difficult nakshatra called Mula. And Mula can deal with some getting to the core and bottom of things for sure. But it's not easy because it is ruled by the god Nriti, which causes great destruction. So the moon being here, people can be a little bit self-destructive. Be on the cognizant of that. Plus we do have Mars in the sign of Cancer. And when we look at this Mars being in Cancer, it's debilitated and it's in the 8th house from the moon. So there's some deep, dark stuff that is being uncovered. With the moon being in Mula and Mars being 8th from the moon in Cancer. Let me just say that. But with all these planets being in the 4th house from the moon, and I'm talking about Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Neptune, Mercury, it could be a good time to redecorate or do something, changes in your home, like maybe move some furniture around. And you know, that is like feng shui or vastu. When you change furniture and change things in your home, it actually changes the energy there, and that can help you tremendously. So this would be a good day to be looking at that. And with K2 though being in the 10th house from the moon, just know that you're not going to be totally immersed into working with people in the workplace. You really kind of want to escape and get away. That's all I want to say with that. But this is also a good day to look at your health and get healthy, as Jupiter sits in the 6th house from the moon. So now I'm looking at April 19th. This is a Saturday. And the moon is still in Sagittarius the whole day. And it will move into the nakshatra called Purva Ashada. And Purva Ashada is a very pleasant nakshatra. It's actually ruled by Venus. And Purva Ashada is all about finding the truth and being honest. People will be more honest today. And that's something new if you ask me. But still, Mars is in the 8th from the moon, which can cause some deep, dark stuff surfacing. And like I said before, on this day may be a good day to rearrange things in your house, make it feel better. And if your mother's still around, yesterday and today, maybe that you need to visit her. It will be very pleasant. So pleasant family relations on this day. And it is especially a good day to look after your health and get healthier. Maybe go to the grocery store and go cooking. Things like that is what this is good for. All right. Now I am looking at Sunday, April 20th. And of course, I am Central Daylight Time. And the moon has moved into Capricorn early on this day. And it is in the nakshatra Uttara Ashada, which is still a beautiful nakshatra that deals with finding the truth, getting to the bottom of things, and truthfulness, being truthful. Love that. And with that, though, the moon is going to cross over Pluto sometime this day and oppose Mars. So people are a bit on edge and angry on this day. And looking at this, I mean, you got to admit that things are not easy because of this Mars-Moon aspect. And Mars being still in Cancer, things are being dredged up emotionally. People are still in a place, and really and truly this whole month, they're angry about things. Things are not peaceful. But the planets in Pisces, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Neptune, Mercury, so much is in Pisces, go to the 3rd house. This would be a great day for writing, expressing yourself, even though Mercury is still close to Neptune. That makes you more creative and more imaginative during this time. So use this energy wisely. This is a good time to communicate, maybe even visit some siblings, because yes, these planets are in the 3rd from the moon. But Mars is in the opposition still from this moon. And that would cause havoc in relationships. So if you're feeling attacked by others, especially your partner, don't give it too much energy. It will pass. Don't egg it on, because you'll regret it. There'll be too much anger and too much frustration. You don't want to create more problems with this aspect. So Jupiter is in the 5th house from the moon, which is nice. And this will be also tomorrow on the 21st. So it is a day to start being more creative writing, all of those things, with the way that the planets are 3rd from the moon and Jupiter 5th from the moon. Let's go to the last day of the 3rd week that I'm going to be talking about. This is April 21st. The moon is still in Capricorn, and it is in the nakshatra called Shravana, which means the listener. Its symbol is an ear. So use this day for what it's good for. Listen to people. Be aware of what they're saying. This is so important. And really, if I could say, the moon is still tied up with, it's just crossed over Pluto. and it's still pretty much in an opposition to Mars. So this is not the greatest day for love, relationships, but listen to what you can be learning from partnerships. And even that goes business partnerships as well in particular. But looking at this, Jupiter is still in the 5th. It's a day to express your creative talents, and particularly around your communication skills with all these planets in Pisces in your 3rd house. 3rd house is a house of creativity as well, the 5th and the 3rd. And don't forget, it can deal with writing. The thing that's really coming up here on the 21st that is definitely a shift, and this will go for worldwide events, is that this is the day that Saturn is conjunct Rahu. I've been talking about the Saturn-Rahu for a long time. This is a treacherous, very treacherous aspect, and it will be here for a few days. But today, yes, it's exact, the 21st. And this is a very karmic aspect. Worldwide, there is going to be something of a fatalistic, fated nature that is occurring in our world. Many events are occurring. And this will produce karmic repercussions, definitely, and controversy all around the world. This is a major turning point in humanity. And yes, it will be extraordinarily emotional. So the moon opposing Mars, conjunct Pluto, and Saturn conjuncting Rahu, I just got to say, lay low. This is turbulence in the most extreme degree around the world. So with that, I think I'll close. Get ready to start learning more about the last week in April. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be kind of glad when this month's over, because it has so many things. But you know what? You got to say this. I love the fact that things are being surfaced that have been hidden for so long. This is the only way we're going to transform and change our world to a better place. But you got to go through that tunnel, and you got to go through the fire to get through the other side. You have to go through the birthing process. Being born is painful. That's what we're going through right now. But let me remind you, there's light at the end of the tunnel, but we're still in that tunnel. So let's get moving. Let's talk about it. And before I close, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Get all of my predictions delivered to your email address, absolutely free. And then again, while you're there, check out my Patreon page. This is where you can become part of my spiritual community. You will love it. I talk with you one-on-one every week. So many advantages there. Check it out on galacticcenter.org. And don't forget, if you want to learn Vedic astrology, I have a stellar school. You will love it. You will learn Vedic astrology. If that is a passion and a quest, you have nowhere else to go but to University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.